Hey everybody, and welcome to Pulsechain, Superman Crypto, and Hex Token YouTube. Over 10,000 subscribers. A big welcome to all of you. And of course, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell on the way in. That's how we rock and roll. And of course, let's see who is in here. We've got a few people. Joey Torres. Hi, Joey. Welcome to the chat. We've got Lies Beneath as well. I think some of the Lies Beneath stuff didn't pull up in the studio, but Lies Beneath is in the house. Archie as well. Hi all, good to see you, Archie. We got Brian as well, a community leader. Good to see Brian. What's up, folks? We got Summer, Daryl in the house. Daryl in the house there. Hey. It's been a little while, Summer. Great to see you in the chat, by the way. Welcome back. And Francis as well. Hello as well. And we got Solid. Hi all, good to see you. So big welcome to everybody in there. Now, Lies Beneath normally post the link there. Where is it up here? We got Wookie in the house. Good to see you, Wookie. I hope you get well soon. And yeah, how are you? Very good. The weather outside is quite nice, I think. I'm going to do a bit of gardening later on. Of course, we've got a special session coming up at 4 o'clock in the Discord. Exclusive content to the Discord, general Discord members. And that is the future of Hex. It's the first of two sessions that we're going to be doing. The first one is an overview, and the second one is a deep dive. So look forward to that following as well. We're going to have a lot of fun. You want to get some insights there, maybe pick up some things that maybe you didn't pick up or whatever. People are busy. So it's hopefully going to be a great overview of the future of Hex in the Discord. So the links to Discord is in the video description. Join up today. A general membership is $5 a month, which is 16 cents a day. Or you can become part of the Strategy Club member. We've got another new member today, so big shout for that. That is growing. We haven't even officially launched the Strategy Club. But that is going to continue to grow, and we're going to have lots of great high-value content for that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, incentive for the win, 100%. That is the maxi strategy of this channel. But of course, we love crypto, so we cover quite a lot of other stuff too, and that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's see who else has jumped in here. Miss you, says Summer. Miss you too. Great to see you back, and get into Discord, Summer. Get involved. We've got a great community in there. Discord is pretty amazing. Miss all my friends, says Francis. And a Pulse Demic in house says, morning, Superman. Tetra staking delayed. Yes. Buy. I can't wait. Yes. We're going to talk about that, Pulse Demic. That is the project update we've got on today. I just didn't put it in the title, but we will be covering Tetra. That is the one where we're going to talk about. Wookie, the most right is almost right. Oh, good. That's good to hear, Wookie. Almost back to normal. That's amazing overnight. That's pretty incredible. All right, let's get into it, folks. Let us get into the beginning. We're going to start with the stock market, get into some of the Bitcoin ETF news, and then we're going to jump into Richard Hart. He's put out some pretty big things out today about Pulsechain leading the DeFi revolution. It will definitely be unstoppable and decentralized. So amazing. That's all I can say. So we're going to get into Richard Hart stuff. We've got a lot to talk about there. Then we're going to give the market updates. We're going to talk about Tetra. And then we're going to get into the Hex Daily Stats. That's our roundup today for the live stream. And hopefully we'll wrap that up within about an hour. And then we will have later on the Discord in how many hours' time? 3.5 hours' time. We'll be having the future of Hex. You don't want to miss that. A link to the Discord is in the video description. But we'll be having lots of cool things either in Strategy Club, which is the high value one, or in general Discord, which will be lots of different general topics. So it's going to be cool. Let's do it. Let's go. Without further ado, the stock market for Friday. Remember, Thanksgiving was on, so happy Thanksgiving again to everybody. And of course, the market was closed, as understand. So we got the open market for Friday, the end of the week. We got the Dow Jones is pretty much was up 1/3% at 117 points to 35,390. The S&P 500 was pretty much up slightly, 2.7 points to 4,559. I always remind you that Tom, the Fundstrat manager, Tom Lee, has talked about targeting 4,800 for the year, and he's definitely over halfway, I think, towards that. The Nasdaq is down just slightly there, 0.1%, 15 points at 14,250. And we've got the volatility index there. The S&P 500 volatility index is down 2.66%. And the US dollar is down 0.5% versus its trading partners at 103.28. Having a quick look at commodities, let's have a look at the oil prices. West Texas is down 2.5%, almost $1.93 to $75, and Brent oil is down 1.46%, $1.20 to $80.23 per barrel. Gold is up today, back over 2,000, up 0.5%, almost $11 to $2,003 for a gold ounce there. And silver is up 2.9%, so a big move in silver, up 70 cents. This is actually a big move for silver, $24.38. And as you guys know, I think when we get the interest rate pivots, there's been talk of silver doing a 5x, and that's pretty good for commodities, 5x return. So we'll see whether that does occur, but definitely that might be spurred on by the interest rate pivot, potentially March or May, as we guys have been talking about. So that's it for the markets. Let's quickly go look at the Fed meeting, which is coming up, and the Fed rate monitor. That's coming up pretty close soon. 2 weeks and 4 days. Okay, not so soon. Still got a bit of time there. That's going to be the 13th of December at 1 p.m. Eastern time. The market is essentially expecting a no change in the interest rates, only 4.5% expecting a 25 basis rate hike. I think I'm with the market on this, a no change, and potentially the terminal rate, which is the last time it gets to the very top interest rate, so 5.5% is what it is at the moment. In the new year, of course, we've got a few people, 12% now, expecting a 25 basis point hike in January, but the market's majority says no change. March there, we are getting a bit of a mixed result in March. Like we're 21% think we're going to get a rate decrease, 9.2% we think we're going to get a rate hike, but most of them are still in the no change camp at 5.5. Moving to May, then May is really mixed. Look at that. Wow. Only 5.8% expecting a rate hike. The rest of the market either no change or lower. So actually you got majority there, or majority there expecting a decrease in the interest rate. So that's still the case in May. So that is pretty much it. That's good news, right? That's what we want to hear, because between March and May is what? It's the Bitcoin halving, and that's a very big pivot point for crypto. But before that, of course, in January, we got potentially the potentially the Bitcoin ETFs and maybe the Ethereum ETFs getting approved. So that's kind of the lay of the land ahead of us for our investment climate. Moving to Bitcoin. Bitcoin at 37,785, looking very good. Very good indeed, at up 1%, with the dominance at 50.79%. Now, going to repeat myself here, but we got up to 38,000 a couple of days ago, remember? And of course, 39,000 is kind of like the break-even point for the last bull market cycle. And so, yeah, we just got to bust through that. And I'm expecting that to happen, to be honest. And of course, if it does, it's over 40K. I don't think they're going to waste their time in the market. I think they're just going to go boop into the 40K. And ideally, it'd be really nice if they get up into the sort of 41 to 43K mark, somewhere in there, and hold the line over 40K. That'd be pretty nice. We're kind of expecting at least a mini bull run in terms of a longer elongated bull market running into, say, the first quarter, second quarter of 25. That's kind of the a line there. A lot of people are expecting that too. And that is kind of the play there. So Bitcoin, are we going to get a mini bull run though for Christmas, New Year? That's kind of what we're hoping for. And things are looking kind of good. We've just got to break up there and get that next move. Ethereum there at the moment at $2,082. Up 0.75% at the moment, and Ethereum there also is teasing us, has been over $2,100. I think got to 2120 or so. But really, what I think we need for an altcoin season, at least a mini one in the short term, is to get a 2400. And I think we're game on there, and we could see some really nice moves in the altcoins. Those double-digit gains every day you wake up for a week. That's what we're looking forward to there. All right. So if you've only ever been in the bear market in crypto, when the bull market comes, it's kind of the sort of things we're expecting to see. It's pretty fun to be in. All right, let me just, I don't know what happened to my chat group there. I've lost my chat, but there we go. All right, let's get into, that is generally the overview. So pretty much a green day, very good green day, actually. At least a solid green day there today. And teasing us here. This is the Bitcoin chart. This is our macro picture with our roadmap here of all the macro things. These are sort of the things that may be a challenge or be an opportunity. And at the moment, our window of opportunity does extend all the way through to the 19th of January there, looking pretty good. Fed meeting, we're expecting no change. Budget stopgap has been extended into January between the 19th and the 8th of February. So that's, I'll call it a minor challenge amongst all this, but important nevertheless. And then a Bitcoin ETF window number 2 is the 10th of January, 11th of January. And so we'll be looking forward to that. That is, we got markets about 9% confident we'll get an approval there. If we don't, of course, that's a negative and, of course, a sell-off event. But if we do get that, that's bullish. Now, if we do get approvals there, remember there's 12 Bitcoin ETFs and 7 Ethereum ETFs. Then it's probably a month later that the actual open up. But that doesn't mean that the investment houses don't keep buying a Bitcoin ahead of their launches of their products and other players, of course. So that this continues on. So I'm pretty bullish there. So yeah, everything looking pretty good. And we bullet in the Bitcoin halving there into April, super bullish as well. Now the Bitcoin halving is probably going to also be super bullish for Hex as well. Hex will particularly probably benefit from that. Last time we had a Bitcoin halving, Hex did amazing things. So that could also be the case this year as well. So keep a look out. If you're wondering when's Hex going to pop, well, maybe just after that Bitcoin halving, it's up and away. We will see. But everything's kind of looking good. All right. Let's jump over to the first article here about what's the upside of a Bitcoin ETF. Why are we so excited? What's going to happen for the altcoin market? Well, here's one article, and it's Bitcoin. This is on Cointelegraph. Bitcoin to 1 million post ETF. So this is even higher than what we normally have talked about. We've normally talked about an analyst being in sort of the 80, 90K range or in the 150 to 180 range, right? That's typically where we sit there. And of course, fund strat manager Tom Lee is typically in that 150 to 180. And I think I'm in that too. That seems like a 3X. Maybe by the end of, maybe into the Q1 25, somewhere in there. But definitely that is kind of the where we could head to here. Bitcoin price predictions diverge wildly, and that is the case. Bitcoin ETF excitement is everywhere, but short time frame Bitcoin morale is wearing thin. Well, you know, we saw that chart earlier. Maybe we will make that crack to the high up over 40K. Bitcoin may not reclaim 40K, it says here, but we're heading there. We're trying to push there at the moment, despite increasing excitement over the spot exchange traded fund. In recent analysis, the crypto market participants have started to reconsider just how bullish the ETF narrative really is for Bitcoin price. The trader not sure Bitcoin will reach 42K. Now, you know that 42 is kind of where I was talking about, 41 to 43. It'd be pretty nice to get over there and hold that and to get support. The dust continues to settle on the United States versus Binance regulatory bombshell, which involves a $4.3 billion fine. Well, we're not going to get into politics about, but that you know what I'm thinking. Or removal of CZ Zhao as CEO. Now, apparently there was $1 billion of money removed from Binance as a result of that, so that's pretty interesting. Bitcoin sank to 1 week lows on the news, but swift rebound took it back to near the 80-month high with the following 24 hours. At the same time, commentators began to suggest that the enforcement action was a timely move to pave the way for the first US spot Bitcoin ETF, dealing with the biggest exchange, Binance, which dominates, of course, the market. Long expected to be a watershed moment for crypto, and approval, while far from guaranteed, could come in early January 2024. And of course, we've talked about that being here, the 10th of December. That's on our roadmap. Nevertheless, not everyone sees an approval resulting in a snap BTC price parabolic reaction. In other words, a big up and to the right candle. Or among them is popular trader Bitcoin Jack, who in a recent X post cast doubt on BTC USDC even hitting 42K. Well, I think the market's trying to get there. I mean, look at that thing. Look at that thing trying to get up there. It's trying to go. So we'll see how we go. I'd like to consolidate a little bit, to be honest. I'd like to consolidate into like the 7th of December, like something like that. I'd just like to zigzag around here and then go. I'd like to see a bit of a flat line before we get the upside, but we'll see what happens there. I said 42K. Not sure we'll get there anymore, he says. Bitcoin Jack explained that the week's Binance and ETF news had failed to reshape market dynamics. Typically when you get this sort of thing, that's when the market does move, right? The big players have got their own plans to move up ahead of anything. They have insider information. If you think about it, they're the ones that are doing the applications. They have the interactions with the SEC, so they know what's going on. I expected any rumor on a Binance versus US resolution to be more bullish than price reflects. Reasons: positive for ETF, less uncertainty for investors if there is a resolution. On top of the general bullish headlines last week, minus Kraken, which obviously getting challenged as well. Though much of it is more of the same earlier crackdown language recycled. He continued introducing potential downside targets. He noted that while support levels are clean, 30K may yet come back into play. And I've kind of talked about 31K, haven't I? 31K there. Sometimes what does happen is the tell. Sometimes that what doesn't happen is the tell, he concluded. HTF support below clean, buy level if it comes. Potential top here for another leg to 42, support around 29.31 there. So that's the downside. That is the upside, 42 at the moment. one spot Bitcoin ETF, $1 million BTC. Now, we love the moon math. We're in crypto. We love moon math. As Cointelegraph reported, other recent forecasts are maintain the low 30,000s as a retracement zone, in part thanks to liquidity remaining there. In the most recent social media survey, Phil co-founder of Trading Suite, a DCN trader, asked followers where Bitcoin could hit, whether Bitcoin could hit the 40K or 30K first. The result was near 50-50 split. So really the indecision, well, the market makers are going to make it happen, I'm sure. Is that time again? BTC at 37K now, which is more likely to come first. 45% said 33K, 54.9% 40K. And I think they're right. And I think this chart is kind of potentially telling us that's also true. Like I say, I would rather, though, consolidate into at least this middle, like 7th of December before moving up. But, the big players are going to do what they're going to do. Now, why would it start moving up, right? We've got this period here. So if we expand this chart a little bit there, just give you, these are dailies, of course, gaps. And we've got quite a few days to go, right? So we add all those days, and we've got 47 days to go until that window opportunity number 2. So we got plenty of time to move and buy the rumor, sell the news, or we're going to have buy the rumor, buy the news. That's the other side of it, right? So we'll probably have a little dip in there when I say that last, but those are the two scenarios: buy the rumor, sell the news, or buy the rumor and buy the news. So with a little dip in it, maybe a little dip in it. We'll see. Remember, it's a month later when the actual money starts really flowing in from the consumer side, although the investment arms can buy the supply side up, which is what they're probably doing now. Meanwhile, at the opposite extreme of the ETF issue is Sam Mo, CEO of Bitcoin adoption firm Jan 3. In an X post on November 23rd, he suggested that Bitcoin could not only hit $1 million per coin as a result of the approval, but holders were mistaken. The holders, were mistaken in predicting any less. Wow, that's moon math. We like that. $1 million definitely doable with the Bitcoin ETFs. That's what I said. This is not trivial. This is something that the market has waited for 14 years, is to get TradeFi capital into crypto. This is the biggest event that you'll possibly get, and of course, it's going to have ramifications for years to come. So yeah, not surprised by that at all. It has come to my attention that there are some Bitcoiners that don't think Bitcoin can reach 1 million in a matter of days or weeks after ETF money starts to flow in. Definitely not days to weeks. Definitely not in that camp. But definitely within years, it definitely could do it, right? So in the first bull market cycle, maybe not, but maybe in the second bull market cycle, definitely is the case there. But hey, look, it just depends on how much capital flows in. The flight of capital flows into Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin is fixed. Going to be 21 million by 21. I think it's 42, isn't it? And of course, we've got 19.5 million out now. Some people say 4 million is lost. So that takes us down to 16.5 million and leaving us only another 1.5 million to come out. Most of it, of course, in the next few years, but all the way over through to another 120 years till the final one comes out, something like that. So there really has that scarcity play in there. And of course, the systems are set up for Bitcoin, right? So that's the psychological and system are set up for Bitcoin. They're in for a pleasant surprise, he says. And of course, that is pretty much it. So that was a pretty cool little article there. And I definitely, if you do the math on $1 million, it's definitely doable if you've got TradeFi coming in with all those, the biggest capital markets in the world. Another one, of course, is Glassnode, Bitcoin ETF to unlock 70 billion in new demand. So there's another perspective. According to a recent report by on-chain data firm Glassnode, there is significant unmet demand for investors for a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund. Glassnode estimates that up to 70 billion in new capital could flow into Bitcoin market after the approval of spot Bitcoin ETF. This prediction is based on the assumption that 10% of money currently invested in major stock and bond ETFs could shift to Bitcoin ETF, along with 5% of capital allocated to gold ETFs. Yeah, gold, man, it's going to be under pressure, right? Why? Because you can't really move gold very easily across borders, right? We know that certain governments in the world are hoarding gold, accumulating gold, so that's always going to have value. But for the retail book, for institutions, Bitcoin's just such a much easier thing to do that, and kind of cool. The report points to diminishing Bitcoin supply available for trading to meet this potential demand surge. Glassnode data shows the percentage of Bitcoin supply held by short-term investors recently hit multi-year lows. This is the other thing. Some of the big holders of Bitcoin, they're going to continue to hodl it. If they know big capital is coming in, why are they going to dump it? They're insane. You got the biggest event coming up for capital flow into crypto, and you're a big whale, and you dump it. Why would you do that? It's insane. When you know that the chances of going up to $1 million from 30K are really high now. So yeah, I think we're going to get a supply not coming to the market so much, and that's going to accelerate the price as well, right? So you're always going to have the retail plebs out there buying and selling, but they get 2x on that. They go, wow, yeah, it's cool. Meanwhile, some big institutions come along and they're going to pay 5 times more later on, and so accumulate that supply. So I think that's pretty much how we're rock and rolling here. The demand side is a bit like an avalanche that's going to come in, right? The avalanche or a tsunami of demand sides coming in, and the smart play Bitcoin holders are realizing, well, I'm not going to sell mine down. It's going to be worth so much in the future. I can just sell just a little bit of Bitcoin and get the same kind of money I own now in total portfolio. So I think that's going to be pretty bullish. Glassnode data shows the percentage of Bitcoin supply held by short-term investors recently hit multi-year lows. Meanwhile, the share of long-term Bitcoin holders reached all-time highs above 76% in October. The scarcity of readily tradable Bitcoin may amplify market volatility and price movements in response to the influx of ETF-driven capital, the Glassnode reports. Now, obviously, once Bitcoin starts getting up into bigger and bigger numbers, to like 6-digit numbers, then you will have more supply come to the market. That's just the way markets work, and also will depend on what's happening in the macro scene, sensitivities and things like that. And I guess whether some of the big whale holders want to buy another super yacht or something like that, or maybe their first super yacht, we'll see. US regulators have yet to approve the spot Bitcoin ETF. Approval could significantly expand access and demand for Bitcoin from institutional investors. Glassnode suggests the spot Bitcoin ETF could have impacts comparable to the first US gold ETF launched in 2003. In that decade that followed, gold prices rose over 400% amid greater investment demand. And of course, Bitcoin's like to go much higher than that. So that is a pretty cool couple articles there. I thought you guys would enjoy that. And I'm feeling good about Bitcoin, and certainly we're looking good at the moment in the chart. And we've got 47 days to go until that Bitcoin ETF potential approval window. Most of the market analysts talking about 90% chance, but always a 10% chance that won't happen, and that would probably trigger a sell-off. So at least until we got to the Bitcoin halving, and then maybe go for gold after that. All right, so that is pretty much that. Let's jump over to Ethereum. Ethereum was also looking pretty good. We've had a high today of 2134, and of course that is slightly higher than what we had back here on the 10th of November, where we had 2136, I think. This was slightly higher by $2. So we almost got higher than that, and this chart's still looking very, very good. This yellow line is the 20 EMA moving average. So we've got our golden cross back here with the 50 versus the 200 moving average, and we've bounced off the 20 moving average, looking very good. And of course, if we get up, I say to this level up here, 22, 2300, somewhere in there, I think we're up and away, right? Another one of these green candles planted over here somewhere, and up and away. That'd be pretty cool. Like I say, I would like it to sort of just trigger, just slowly slide up here, and then maybe sometime like the 7th of December go boom, something like that. I just like to have a little bit of consolidation, and then boom, the market can push it up. All right, so that is pretty much it on that. That leads us into Richard Hart and Pulsechain. Before we do that, though, let's catch up in the chat there. That was some fun Bitcoin content. I hope you guys liked that, because I enjoyed it. It was good. It's like a caviar, having a bit of a taste of caviar. I've never had caviar, but I've seen it in the movies. So that's the way. You either like it or love it or hate it, don't you? Is that the way it goes? Let me see here. Who else has jumped in here? The worst thing you can do is laugh at your own jokes. Let's see who else is in here. We've got Hex Token. Hey, Hex Token, welcome to the chat. Hey, gang. Who else is there? Magnus. Hey, Superman. Good to see you, Magnus. What else? Let's jump through some of those. We've got Kirby in the house there. Why is Richard afraid to leave up the PulseX exchange on the domain? Well, that's the title of the video, really. Pulsechain is leading the DeFi revolution. Unstoppable, decentralized. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. That's our next topic. So we'll cover that. Brian's already front run that section. He is not afraid. He is empowering all of us to be able to run it on our own. It's easy to give it a try. Yeah, we're going to have a look at all those. Very, very cool, Brian. What else there? Harry Williams. Yo. Good to see Harry. Welcome to the chat. What else there? Surely Fortress. Enjoy the pump. Bonobos. There's Surely Fortress. Kirby says Bitcoin won't even hit 100K, says Kirby. Wow, that's a contrarian view, I would say. But hey, look, I think we're up and away. It's not going to happen just in within weeks, though. I disagree with that one comment the analyst made. Banana says Bitcoin only to 70K in this cycle, according to Steve, a crypto crew guy. Yeah, he's definitely wrong about that. What else there? What else there? Kirby says everyone's expecting Bitcoin over 100K and ETH over 10K. This bull run crowd is always wrong. Now here's the kicker, Kirby. We've only had minor access to institutional investments. We're about to have the biggest capital markets in the world access crypto. So we're talking big money. So those numbers are quite easily doable, very easy. Good evening, Hex Token family. Could check my pulse. Good evening to you. Up and away, says some. Absolutely. We got Rev 10 in the house there. Hello, people. Hello, people. Pipo, something like that. Big Kahuna as well. Big shout out to Big Kahuna, a strategy club member. Should represent a big K. And of course, Andrew Reynolds. Happy weekend, everybody. Been making Hex ladder stakes last few days to beat the Hex rate jump. Yeah, that was supposed to happen already, and that hasn't happened yet. But I'm sure maybe it's today. I'm just going with the numbers that are on the site, so that's all I can do, right? Birdo says everybody is excited about the highest stakes coming out, but let me remind you that the most effective onboarding tool are green candles. Let's sit on your hands and give the highest stakes the opportunity to work in our favor. Absolutely, Birdo. Well said. And a cheers, Hoopman and RH family. Nice one. All right, let's get back into it. Richard Hart's updates today, just before the live stream too. This is hot off the press pretty much, so let's get into it. And Richard posted out a few things here. First of all, I'd like to say 23 hours ago, he said, Happy Thanksgiving, you all. So that's to all you guys. So big shout out from Richard for Happy Thanksgiving. And of course, a good time to celebrate your family and friends. And great here. So this is the first thing we got here. Great news. App.pulsex.com is a list of links to ways you can run your own PulseX code like zip files, IPFS, and more. Unstoppable, decentralized. Hey, that looks like the title of my video. That looks like just like the top of my video. Unstoppable and decentralized, peer-to-peer open source revolution. You are the network. That's you. You are the network, no middleman. So basically, Richard's really trying to complete the DeFi aspect to all the ecosystem that he's founded. And that's pretty much where we are there. So PulseX now is also, so there won't be any common front end, any official front end. You will be the front end. You can have it on your own computer and interact. And therefore, it's not really a target, and you can, for anybody, and you can run it yourself. That's kind of cool. So that's PulseX. Then he posted 2 hours later. He goes, great news. LaunchPad.pulsechain.com is a list of links as well. So the Pulsechain site is a list of 2 ways you can register your validators. If you're validating on Pulsechain, you can do it through there now and secure the chain, such as zip files and IPFS, unstoppable, decentralized, peer-to-peer, open source revolution. You are the network, no middleman. So that's huge. So those are 2 more. We've already had 2 already, right? We've had Hex and we've had and the official Pulsechain bridge. So now we've got 4 different places. So we've got PulseX is now fully decentralized. You can run it on your own front end. Now, saying that, there are some front ends, that third-party front ends that you can run, like GoPulseX or Proteus. This is for PulseX, of course. So you can do that, but you basically can run your own one here. You can download Windows, a Mac, or Linux, and you can do that yourself. And of course, IPFS, which you can do it as well. I think Crypto Coffee may have done a video on this, one of these, so you can definitely check that out too. Pulsechain, the LaunchPad, this is the other one. You can do the official Pulsechain here. You can do validating through here, so it's got all the links there. There's no third-party one here, but you can do Windows, Macs, or Linux. And of course, there's some other stuff in here as well as IPFS. Obviously, those are the 2 that he's just announced today. So full DeFi, Pulsechain is moving full DeFi. And of course, Hex.com has already been done that. He posted this some time ago. You can now download Hex, of course, using all the same things. But there are lots of third-party front ends for go.hex.com. And of course, that used to be the official site for Hex mining. Now we've got GoPulse, Icosa, AppHex, Backup Hex, Hex Crypto, and Etherscan. So you can directly do Web3 connection to the Hex contract and interact that way. My favorite here is Icosa Hedron front end. That's very, very useful, but they're all got their own pros and cons. But Icosa there from Alex McFurter, and that's my probably suggestion if you want to use a 31. If you don't want to download the front end of go.hex.com to do your Hex mining on here. All right, so that is kind of the play there on that. But wait, there's more. There's more. The whole ecosystem's been done, right? So there's the bridge. There's the official bridge. It's also being done. So you can do Windows, Mac OS, or Linux. And of course, there's one third-party site on there at the moment, Token Express. Just the only thing with Token Express, just make sure that you're getting good value for money if you decide to be, not to download your front end yourself for the official bridge, but use Token Express to do that. Just make sure you're getting good value. You can check that against, the Coinbase, was it the CoinGecko calculator or something like that for the token. So those are all up. It's true. Pulsechain leads the DeFi revolution. It has gone full DeFi mode, not DGN mode, but full DeFi mode. And there we are. So all those 4 sites are up and running on Richard Hart's profile. So pretty cool. Now the other thing he's put out also today was 1 hour ago. He took out this wallet of Satoshi, removed their Bitcoin Lightning app from the App Store today and won't serve US customers going forward. Obviously, there's ramifications from this, I would call reckless SEC, Justice Department, you name it, with their approach. It's pretty bad. And of course, they have a number of goals in mind for why they're doing that. Does that sound decentralized to you? Does that sound like a zip file you can run on your own? No, it got pulled down. Pulsechain does it better. Real, decentralized, real innovation. So you don't have to worry about the official platform being up and running. If it gets taken down, you can't do anything with it. So that's the example here he's given here for the Bitcoin Lightning app. But of course, here you can now do it yourself on PulseX, the validating Hex miners, or the official bridge for Pulsechain. You can do it yourself, and there are a couple of third parties if you want to use those. So there are some alternatives there, so kind of cool. Real innovation, 4.5 times higher throughput, 4,000 times lower fees. You can never mine it without specializing hardware. So very cool for that one. I'll retweet that. So those all Richard's bullish stuff there. I'm going to post Richard's handle here on X Pro platform if you want to check all those out, all those platforms. But pretty cool. I will also, I think we'll probably add them to useful links. I think I've got most of them, but if we're not there, I'll add them into the useful links in Discord under useful links, which is kind of cool, which is at the top under Richard, under the respective products, so whether it's Pulsechain, Hex, or PulseX, you'll be able to find them all there. So that is the link there to Richard Hartwin, the founder, of course. Who else? We've got a few more comments in the house. Yeah, let's go to those. We got Lies Beneath, RH for the win, absolutely. Check my pulse says DCA those T-shares before the amount goes up this month. Magnus says I think it's hard for noobs though. Yeah, that's the only downside of going full DeFi is that some people might find it a little bit hard, especially if they download files and maybe there's files they need. That can be a little bit tricky for some people. So I do agree with that point. But it's going to be a bit more education, a step through. I will be doing a step through video on how to do some of these. So I think Crypto Copy has done one on maybe the Hex contract. This Hex one here, I think he's might have done one of those. But simply you download the files. Like a Mac, it's quite easy. Download the files, and then you can pretty much run it. But I will do a little step through for that, but not today because I'm busy. So I'll do it another day coming up in the week ahead. What else there? Clintron says, Hex Token crew, good to see you all. Hey, Clintron, welcome to the chat. Summer was in quick. It lasted about 20 minutes. We haven't seen Summer for months, and Summer's got to go. Good night, you all. Getting my baby is set for bed. Well, I guess that's a priority. That's the truth. My bad. I retract my statement. I'll be leaving the video on in the background. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. I should have read that before I made my comment. Have a rocking day, night. You too, Summer. Take care. We'll see you again shortly, I guess. After you've recovered. All right. So that is pretty cool. Let's jump over to the Pulsechain updates. Let's do that. Bam, 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 bam. So we've got Pulsechain day 196 results. We're going to quickly go through this. We're at 35 minutes in the hour. We've got quadruple 0622 is the price at the moment, down 0.7%. We're at 62% of the sacrifice price for day 196, and the PulseX price is at quadruple 0183. It is up actually 0.2%. One pulse will get you 3.4 pulse X at the moment. So pulse has still gained a little bit of strength against pulse X, but it's not nearly as strong as that 4-to-1 ratio we had earlier in the year. The buy and burn continues to impress. 569.6 billion Pulsex has been bought up and by all the trading that goes on Pulsex and then burned. And of course, now 2.77% has been bought up and burned as we head towards 3%, which is pretty good. The annual run rate is about 5.2 to 5.4% on this basis as well. Incentive token there is at 76 cents there, down 1.1%. The ratio of pulse to incentive is 12,339 pulse. We've got over 17 million in supply and 115,000 burned through the TRH protocol. PHEX at the moment is down 1.2%, and it is at 1.09 cents there at the moment. EHEX is at 64/100th of a penny. Combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 1.73 cents. And of course, the recent high that we've had is 3 cents. That was a couple of weeks ago. Here we are at 1.73 cents at the moment. One PHEX will get you 175 pulse. One PHEX will get you 1.7 EHEX at the moment. And that is the play there. Let's have a look at the charts. We're going to actually remove that. We're going to talk about those at the later in the day. We can see that on the charts here. Let's auto that too. We have bounced off the Bollinger Bands. We've moved up here. We had quite a good day. We got back up to quadruple 06655. We're down at a quadruple 0622 at the moment. A little bit of profit taking in there. The RSI is pretty cool. Down at 48. So we've got a bit of room to move once we get a bit of momentum on. And maybe if Ethereum breaks up the 2300 mark, it's game on, where we'll get a nice little pump coming into the Pulsechain and onwards and upwards as we zigzag our way back up there as well to retain, first of all, the SEC price and the mean sacrifice price. That's kind of the play there, which is at 0001. It'd be nice to get back there. There'll be a lot of confidence in the market. We might sit there for a little bit. We'll see what happens, but that is the play. All right, Pulsex at the moment as well. Let me get rid of that. I don't know why I pull all that up. Pulsex, we're going to go full screen on that too. Pulsex at the moment. This is Pulsex, similar looking chart, bounced off. And here we are at quadruple 01826. We've got a brand new candle. So yesterday's candle is this one here. We got as high as quadruple 01985, which is not bad. We almost got back to 2000, which is pretty cool. But we back down here at 1828, 1826, which is a good year for red wine, by the way. Good year. Anyway, I don't want to go on to that because you guys think I'm a drunk or something. So let's move on from that. That is Pulsex. But before we do, we got the RSI pretty cool too, down at 46 there at the moment. Incentive token is at 76 cents. Looking at the ratio, as we said, it is pretty much new all-time high, but has flattened out yesterday. I can't even see that now. That there is, we got low is 12,269, but we're at 12,338 at the moment. So obviously the Pulsex farm is continuing to emit incentive tokens, and they're all going down. That's being sold off there at the moment. Now, what could lift Pulsex and incentive token? Well, the DAO with some particular wildcard feature. You guys can use your imagination for that. And number two is the single-side staking potentially, which Richard called experimental. We have not seen that for some time. So we get that. And of course, maybe we'll get some extra features like limit orders, things like that. So that's kind of some of the things there. Obviously, got third-party protocols now, being able to stake Pulsex like 9-inch stakes. And of course, recently, just the other day, we had Sugarbeet launch. You can put your Richard Hart tokens in there too and get nice yields on that too. So we've got some third-party solutions for you to put Richard Hart tokens and get nice little yields on them, as long as you're confident in the protocols themselves. All right, so that is kind of cool. Moving to PHEX here at 1085, so just over 1 penny at the moment. Yesterday we got all the way up to 1.1 cents. We're back down just below 1.1 cents at the moment. The RSI on PHEX there. We've got a nice little tuning here on the MACD. This is kind of confidence building. We might get one of these crosses here on the MACD, and look out for that, and maybe we'll start rallying. We've certainly got a very cooled off RSI as well, 42. So watch out for Hex. PHEX is looking kind of good. Yeah, up and away. Like I say, and maybe when we get up to April next year, maybe we'll be on big takeoff on Hex, like we did see last time. Who knows? That is kind of play. All right, look, moving to EHEX there is at 006388. And this is starting to rise a bit stronger too. So that's kind of looking good. Obviously, people talk about BankX and Alex the Whale and things like that. There's always out there. But of course, we get enough buying. It's kind of cool. 47 at the moment on EHEX on the RSI. That's kind of the play. That is pretty much Richard Hart's market. So let's go to the validators. here on day 196. 51,204 validators. Pulsechain really is the people's chain around the world. I love spinning this globe. I like spinning the globe there. And yeah, we've got validators on every main continent. That's what you say. Was it 6 out of 7? Is it 6 out of 7? I think so. Now, Validator Store is the dominance there, 52% of validators. Big shout out to David Feder, who runs validatorstore.com, providing that service to the community. We've got 1.64 trillion is now staked, so about 11% off the market, and we're waiting for liquid loans, which we're just waiting. We'll just continue to wait for liquid loans. Liquid loans, are you listening? We're waiting. We're waiting another day. We're supposed to have some news out potentially today or yesterday, but nothing yet. So I'm sure they'll get it to us sooner than later. We are expecting the Federal. They're going to meet their November deadline. That's kind of the implied deadline was November, but it was a couple of weeks, but looks like it really is starting to slip into early December now, unless they can get the Federal out. I'm still expecting a bit of a gap, remember, but we'll get back to that when we talk about the future stuff coming out for Pulsechain. The beats at the moment, the last couple of days have been super low on Pulsechain, around 200,000 beats. We're still pretty low here at 300,000. I think anything under 500,000 is kind of on the low side. We're at 300,000 there. We've got 6/10 of a penny for Pulsex swap, 400th of a penny for Pulsecoin transfer, and 1/10 of a penny for PRC220 transfer. We're 3,500 times cheaper than Ethereum, as Richard Hart was pointing out in his recent post. $20 to do a swap on Uniswap at the moment. And of course, you can imagine if we do get breakout of Ethereum into a bull market, break that 22, 2,300 and up and away, then this $20 suddenly becomes $50 and $100 and $150. Pulsechain looks even better. That's kind of the way. Now, a Bitcoin cheaper than Bitcoin, 5,600 times cheaper than Bitcoin. It's $2.27 Bitcoin at the moment. The other thing I was about to say about this is, of course, we're super fast, super cheap, but we can flourish with our DeFi because we can do compounding. And the retail book loves that. So super cheap to do compounding, beautiful stuff. And then we've got tons of protocols that are going to be doing that. So it's so good. Over 180 protocols. A lot of them are doing compounding, which is awesome. The other thing is if you own the token for a lot of these protocols on Pulsechain, you get to share in the profits as well, which is a beautiful thing. So Pulsechain set for success, as we say. All right, so that's day 196. We're about to start day 197. Let's move over to the other categories of the top PRC20 prices. We're going to sort by liquidity. Everything's pretty much down slightly. We can see that Pepe coin is up 7.5%. I think that was up slightly yesterday, wasn't it? Let's have a quick look at the Pepe. Yeah, 3 days in a row, a run on Pepe, and that is at 8 zeros, 9,200 at the moment. So very cool on the Pepe meme. What else is running up here? Pulse Bitcoin is up 4% there. Let's have a quick look at Pulse Bitcoin. I know that one of our former community leaders is running that community and had a couple of good days and then a bit of a sell-off here, back down just under 4/10 of a penny for Pulse Bitcoin. All right, that's it. Let's go to the meme coins. Have a quick look at this. I still haven't managed to adjust these because I've got to take off the 9-inch tokens out of here. But Mega is up 1.4%. Everything is pretty much down. Hex Orange Address is up 18% there. What else? That's pretty much it. PulseX is up 5%. Fluffy Slippers. You guys love your Fluffy Slippers, but that's up 3.6% at the moment. Moving to Pulsechain projects. Let's have a look at those. It's our fourth category, Pulsechain projects, and we're looking by liquidity. Now, typically when I go to Pulsechain projects, I actually switch it from liquidity and I switch it to 24 hours just to see what's performing best out of the Pulsechain projects. Internet money is up 30%. So has there been some news? I didn't actually check it. Normally I check this before to see what news there is, but that's driving the price there. But I haven't managed to check here. But anyway, a big pump in internet money for the internet money wallet. So pretty good, 30%. Enjoy your mad gains. How's that chart looking? That's the chart in the wee while there on the daily. So nice little pump there off the bottom. Got down to 7 zeros, 3,200. Now at 7 zeros, 4,700 there. So that's a nice little pump off the bottom. How much is that? Where's my ruler here? It is up 47% from the bottom. Now we're at the bottom. Now we're here. Now we're up here. Okay. Enough singing here. You guys know that song. PHUX is at up 7.8%, and that's looking pretty good. Now PHUX is pretty much the most successful ecosystem on Pulsechain so far. PHUX, of course, has 4 protocols. They have PH Universe has 4 protocols. PHUX, of course, the fork of Balancer, which is the second biggest, I guess, DEX liquidity pools outside PulseX, typically between 35 and 45 million. And of course, they also have Famous, which has been super successful. Famous has had over $1 million in fees, which has been amazing in such a short time. What else? They've got Fiat, the fork of Aave, and that's done very well too. Actually, I might do a review of PX Universe ecosystem because they've been performing like a boss. And what else? They've got Fatty, the wallet management, which needs a little bit of work in my view. There's a couple of issues there I think they need to do, but otherwise it's a pretty good protocol too. All right, Trust Swap up 5% today. Batias is up 4%. Time dividend there. So Time and Internet Money are both Internet Money wallet tokens up 3.8% there as well. Water is up 3%. Those are kind of the plays there. So that is it on the leaders. Let's quickly go to the 9-inch ones and have a look at that. Where is a 9-inch versus Pulsechain? Let's see how this is going. Now, I saw some comments, and I thought the comments are quite interesting around 9-inch here. So 9-inch has really got the third biggest TVL still, even with the price being down. But quadruple 0.1 at the moment, so below sacrifice price, and I think it's about this much below. Let me find it. 1567. Looks like we're about this much below, 30% below sacrifice price. So been hit hard, but the team is still coming out fighting, and they've talked about new tokens coming on and other stuff like that. So they're still pushing forward. One thing I would say is they are said they're going to get the communication and marketing back up, so that's important. I think they've got a bit of work to do. If they can build the confidence, I'm sure everything will come right. But they do need to listen to the people and get them going. Now, one of the things that somebody said was, well, you got $16 million in sacrifice. Obviously, no expectations, but you know how it rolls. But maybe they should do some market buys, maybe at least to get it back to sacrifice price. So I thought that was an interesting idea. Let me know in the chat what you think about that. But that is an interesting idea. Just there we go. All right, so food for thought. Now we have got Randy Alasky coming up with his project coming up here as well in mid-December. So that might also be a lift there. Now the other side, of course, is you may get some pretty nice yields. If you think this is the bottom, you may get put it in the farms and get some pretty nice yields, 80%, something like that. And then depending on what pair you've got, and then of course potentially get the capital upside as well. So definitely maybe there's an opportunity when something is weak, you can often pick it up and maybe get some decent gains as we move into a bull market, for example. You got to keep an eye on the liquidity and the TVL and of course the performance of the team. But that is kind of the play there at the moment on 9-inch. BBC token, where's that? BBC is at 7.7 cents, pretty similar yesterday price. Pulse PLD, which was up yesterday, wasn't it? It was up yesterday. Let's have a look at that. It was up slightly yesterday. Look at this. Okay, it was up slightly yesterday, but it's got a red candle now. But man, that is PLD down, but maybe good for the farms now. Maybe good to pick up lots of volume for the farms. And where'd the ETH go? Man, this was the real star on the lead up to the launch of 9-inch, and it has got all the way up to $3.12. It's got all the way down to 31 cents now at 34 cents there. But like I say, maybe good pickups for the farming yield. So definitely, you can check that out and make judgments yourself, not financial advice. Paul Pleb is down 4% as well. So we've got one more look at this one. 2 days, 2 up days there off the bottom. Up the bottom. Now we're here. All right, enough rap songs. TRH, the GameFi protocol. Now Jacob's got so much stuff coming from Pulsechain. Really excited about what he's going to be doing in the space. It really is amazing. 4 platforms. Four things he's doing. He's working on. Amazing. Who knows what other things he's got. He must have so many different developer teams. It must be insane. All right. Let me just get back up there. Why is that not? I don't know why that's. I think they must have changed this on YouTube. Let me just get back in there. So that is kind of the play. What else? We got any comments in here? Pretty quiet in the chat. We got Brennan in there. Morning, Superman and family. Good morning to you, Brenton. And we got Tin Top as well. What's up, Tin Top? How you going? I think that was it. I think otherwise I'm up to date. Let us jump away. That is pretty much it on the markets. We're going to jump over to Tetra. Tetra, we're waiting for Tetra is supposed to be coming out. So let's add in the overlays for what's coming up in the future. Let me add those in. This is what we're expecting amongst the protocols on Pulsechain. There are over 180, so I don't have them all on the list, of course, but some of the big ones that are coming up. Now, Fetch Oracle, I have moved out a day, so we're waiting for that. Fetch Oracle any day now, which means Liquid Loans of Power City would follow pretty quickly after that. I have got them kind of moving into early December now because I do expect, once they go Fetch Oracle live, there's probably going to be at least a few days. I've just been very generous and put a week out at the back end. Those are the plays, including Barista from Magic Upright 369, launching probably a day after is my guess there. No, but we were waiting for Tetra. Tetra staking pools today, but they don't appear to be out. I did check the Tetra X social platform, but nothing out yet on this one. And we were expecting we had Prism pools originally. We were expecting some more Tetra staking pools to come out there. So nothing happened quite yet. So we'll keep a look for that. And as soon as we know, I'll post that into the Pulsechain chat and maybe cover it tomorrow on tomorrow's daily live stream. We have seen, we have seen some of the Omnis DEX aggregator come out. That's been out. Now it's only aggregating PulseX, so it's not really an aggregator yet. It's kind of like just another PulseX. But when it does get more than one DEX, it'll be truly an aggregator there. Now we've got Atlas. That's coming up as well. Looking forward to that. Web3 front end for Tetra. Looking forward to that. That was supposed to be out, I believe. That was supposed to be out there. Atlas dashboard. That did not come out on the 17th of November, so that's kind of coming up. And then, of course, we're waiting for Stratus, which is going to be hugely popular. This is really innovative stuff, just like we see from Jacob and the BNB Pulsepot team and TRH, TYCZ, innovating the frontier of DeFi. We've also got Tetra doing some really nice stuff here as well. Drag and drop editor, interacting with smart contracts on the blockchain, creating automations or manage complex strategies without writing a single line of code. So some of you are going to get addicted to that, especially if you're a gamer. It's going to be pretty cool. So that's coming up on the old Tetra. Leads us into the Hex Daily Stats. So Hex.com, check it out. You can buy Hex, of course, and stake it. Mine it on Ethereum or Pulsechain. And let's have a look at the results here. Day 1453, we're waiting for Ethereum, so we're just going to wait for that. But we have got Pulsechain out. So day 190, what did I say? 196. Is that what I said? Got to double check now, because I hate getting it wrong after the live stream. It's too late after that. Day 196, I think. That's what I said. Yeah, I think so. I'm still confused. All right, so 24th of November 2023. The price is just under 1.1 cents, down 0.6% after 2 up days. The payout per T-share on Pulsechain is 6.65 Hex per T-share. The share rate jumped 63 there, so that's not what we're expecting today. So we're going to check that out. 30,622. So we're following HexFire's projections here, which have been pretty accurate. And so maybe this is just a day late or something. But in any case, we're waiting for that jump. Has not jumped yet. So that big jump there, 1,400 Hex. So you've still got time, apparently. You've still got time. So we'll see how we go there. We'll check the rate today, and when we finish the update here. 6.9 average years is the average mining length. 37.78% is the APY rate there. And the ownership pool down 383 T-shares on the Pulsechain side for Hex. Just under 7.8 million T-shares in the ownership pool. Let's look at the lock percentage of coins. 9.67% of all Hex is locked on Pulsechain. Under $500,000 of penalties added to the reward pool there. 65 million Hex in the reward pool. Looking at the growth numbers, we're up 2 liquid holders on Pulsechain, down 3 miners on Pulsechain. We've got 124,565 miners currently on Pulsechain there. So check out Hex.com, folks. If you've got any questions, get into our Discord. Links in the video description. We do have a crypto helpline, and I think we're the only ones that do in the community. So definitely get access to that. We have lots of cool moderators, and the community itself helps you out with a lot of questions you may have. Now, we don't see any change in the share rate here yet. So I'm not quite sure of the disparity here with that. I know HexFire has a YouTube channel. Maybe you comment on that. But we'll try and follow up on that too. But we are expecting that still to happen, is my guess, based on this estimation prediction. So we'll stay tuned for that one. All right, so that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it today. What do we got coming up here? We've got Tetra. Hopefully that will launch maybe today, tomorrow. Probably still coming up there. 9mm V3 DEX. We're expecting that to launch on the 26th of November. So that's coming up ahead of us as well within the next 48 hours. And then we've got Fetch Oracle probably coming up sooner than later, but currently we're just pushing that out. TRH V4 from Jacob there, and we're expecting late November, early December for that. And I'm going to try and get Jacob on the show. We've got Pulsepot coming up. potentially mid-December. Note token from Randy Alaski on 9-inch DEX in mid-December as well as expectation. And then 9mm Pro coming out later on in the second half of December, probably around the OG 555 NFTs and other things like that. Rewards. And of course, TYCZ DeFi Binance, which is not on Pulsechain but on BNB chain in January the 1st, but we may see some crossover amongst the chains. That would be pretty cool. It has been suggested to Jacob. And of course, then we've got PUSD Algo, which we covered in the first topic, was for on the Strategy Club. I was on PUSD Algo, and the presentation is saved in there under the resources in the Strategy Club on Discord. If you want to join the Strategy Club in Discord for the next ones coming up on the alpha projects, getting the edge, then join up with the link in the video description for the Discord. And welcome to all the new members that have joined recently. Big shout out. Right, so Hex Fetty in the house there. Yo, good to see you. And Brendan says Crispy Man is the maker of Hex Fire. That's correct. You got it. All right. I think that's it. In 56 minutes, we did it. Now, in 2 hours' time, approximately, is it 2 hours? Let me have a look here. No, 2.5 hours. We will be having a session in the general Discord in chat group number 1, and that's going to be on the future of Hex. So that is an overview. It's the first of 2 different sessions. The first session is just an overview of all the things that are coming up for Hex. The second session is, which will probably be a week away, is going to be a deep dive into a lot of the cool metrics around Hex, including pricing and fundamentals. So you don't want to miss that as well. So it's a 2-part series in the general Discord. And yeah, we've got quite a few people there waiting to watch. So that's coming up as well. And so if you want a general overview of the future of Hex, that's going to be good for you. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Wasn't bad. We talked about some bullish stuff. And so I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. See, and Discord membership links are in the video description. Either general membership or the Strategy Club. Get into it, folks. We're just ramping up. We haven't officially launched the Strategy Club, so you are getting in early as well. We've got going to line up some pretty good speakers and topics on top projects to get the most value out of, because we like them too. So that's the way it goes. All right. I think that's it. All right. Take care, everybody. It's sunny outside. Enjoy your day. And I will catch you guys later in about 2.5 hours in the Discord for that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. That's all I can say. And Reynolds is smiling. So that's all we're going to talk about there. All right. Let's jump away and let's see where we're going here. We're going to play out some cool stuff on the way out. Let's play out. We talked about Bitcoin a lot today. So we're going to play out a bit of Bitcoin stuff around BlackRock. And then we're going to put out a post a little bit about Richard Hart as well. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Bye for now.
Clients around the world about the need for crypto. I mean, when you think about, I think some of this rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all the, all the issues around the Israeli war now, global terrorism. And I think there's more people running into a flight to quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
If it accrues so much value and gets so many users, yeah, the fees will go up and you'll just get really, really rich holding Pulse watching. Oh no. More really, really rich people. Like, you can't, here's the thing. You cannot force a free market to keep things cheap, because then crappy use cases that aren't valuable will outbid useful and valuable use cases. And do you want your chain with limited capacity to be filled up with crap? No, you don't want your chain filled up with crap. You want it filled up with nice, good things. Well, then how do you know what the difference between nice and crap is? By bidding. And the people that see more value in the chain pay more to use the chain. And then your limited resource chain, through the bidding mechanism, is filled with the most valuable things that people can fill it with. And so this like socialist USSR decree that, oh, we're just going to have cheap fees forever, it doesn't work, because there's a finite amount of space and you have to allocate it to certain users. And who should you allocate it to? Those that can most afford it, because they're bidding with their money for how valuable the transaction is. So the solution the solution to a limited resource isn't to screw around with the pricing. The solution to a limited resource is to create more of the resource. So the Ethereum chain is full. Great. Well, we're going to make one with 4 times more throughput, and it won't be full. It'll be empty, and let's go fill it up.